Studies, a new study published in the Journal of Near East Studies by Professor Arlette David of Hebrew University and Robert Vergnieux of the University of Bordeaux, examined 12,000 images of ancient Egypt depicting intimate scenes of ancient Egyptian rulers, Akhenaten and his wife Nefertiti. Joining us now via Zoom is the co-author of this fascinating research, Professor Arlette David. Hello and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Congratulations. I'm sure this is extremely exciting for you, dedicating your life to these studies and to be able to publish these conclusions. Explain the process of the images and how long it took you to finally publish the study and bring it out to the world.
Okay, so we worked together with my French colleague, Dr. Robert Vergnieux, on several series of reliefs that come from an early monument that Akhenaten built in East Karnak around 1350 BC. And we assembled these wall reliefs digitally. We worked at the beginning of the pandemic when we were in confinement. We began the project until its final publication a few months ago. So those are really exceptional reliefs for several reasons. First of all, we have scenes of the King and Queen of Egypt that were never seen before. You have scenes of purification, and we can see Akhenaten and Nefertiti placing their hands on the surface for nail clipping. We have Akhenaten showering in a stall. We have a dormant scene. You can see Akhenaten placing a large collar around his neck and on his shoulders. And even astonishingly, you have scenes of Akhenaten and Nefertiti putting eye makeup with a small brush, which is really fascinating. You never see,
right? Yeah, and let's talk about the era. So this king was the last king of the 18th dynasty.
Almost, but he really created a revolution, not only on the iconographic level, but also, of course, on a religious and political level, because he believed in a god that he called Aten, which was in fact the light and warmth of the sun, something that you could feel on your body and see with your eyes. And he said that there is no other but Aten. So this is quite a monotheist statement.
Right.
So, but in fact, the main point here, perhaps, is that he reinstated the centrality of the king in Egypt, and he saw himself as a god during his lifetime. And I think that the reliefs that we published add a new element to this picture. Because in fact he recycled a very ancient ritual that was performed in the Holy of Holies in Karnak on the statue of the god Amun, who is believed to be, during the New Kingdom, the king of the gods. And he used this ritual to, in fact, highlight his own divinity.
And here you're saying the irony is, he thought of himself as a god. It's showing kind of the timelessness of, some of these ancient figures, but we're seeing scenes of them living a very mortal life, in the most intimate of environments, the bathroom, and especially, Nefertiti, who seems like a, very special woman in her own right. I mean, explain a little bit of that there was like an equality between male and female in their relationship.
It's not exactly equality. The scenes may look as everyday life, intimate scenes, but in fact, these are really the different phases of a ritual that was performed on a statue of a god before. So it may look like something intimate, and but it's not.
What does it tell us about monotheism? When I was doing some research, I read even kind of Sigmund Freud even kind of talked about this particular pharaoh, and like, was this the beginning, or a continuation of, monotheism? We know, from, other interviews and other stories that we're, doing today of an earlier pharaoh who was found to be circumcised. So what does this tell us about the influence of monotheism, or perhaps the Jewish people living there at the time? What does this suggest?
Well, as you heard, this is a phenomenological God, something that you can directly experience with your eyes and with your body, the warmth of the sun, the light. So this is a different type of monotheism. Also, as we think that Akhenaten and Nefertiti saw themselves as gods, we have here a kind of holy trinity: Aten, the king, and the queen. And about the so-called equality between the partners here in the royal couple, this is not really equality. We have a king that is the central element of the visuals, of the rituals, of the political sphere, and the king is, for instance, called the son of Aten. But the queen is never called the daughter of Aten. Okay, you see, so she may be perceived as a divinity by herself, but not exactly at the same level as Akhenaten.
Right. Wow, it's remarkably interesting, and congratulations again for you and your colleague on this hard work, and the best of luck moving forward in sharing these new insights into ancient history. Really appreciate it. And don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with much more on this interesting topic having to do with things being revealed.